Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day. For breakfast this morning, I'm going to have some avocado toast with egg. So I have this Ezekiel sesame bread. I have one piece of that, some microgreens, some avocado, and an egg. So I just toasted up the bread, added on some avocado with some everything but the bagel. I love putting microgreens on my avocado toast. So good. Made an egg. Put that on top, and the egg is runny, but it's a little bit hard on the bottom, but it turned out really good. And then on the side, I'm going to have some raspberries and also a Oikos 000 yogurt. And this will be my breakfast. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. So we're going to have a little chat on the way to work because I have to tell you what happened last night. I know it's hard because I don't record, of course, all day long. It's like I stop when I feel like I'm going, that's the last thing I'm going to eat. And that was the plan last night when I turned off the camera. But something else happened, and I want to be totally transparent on my channel, as you guys know. And, because a big part of me and my channel is my relationship with food. And I've been doing so good with that lately. But when I have a slip up or I have a moment, I want to be honest with you guys about it, and I would share this with you in my weekly update, but I also just want to share it with you on my daily videos for those who don't watch those, just because I think it's very important that we talk about it. So let me turn the camera around so I'm not looking at myself and you guys just see my beautiful trip to work again. But I think it's important that we talk about this. Now, we talk a lot about my cycle on this, but you guys, I am in perimenopause, so it is important to talk about that. And so many of you are in that stage in your life or past that stage or know you're going to hit that stage soon. So I know most of you are not annoyed with this topic. So I've been talking a lot about my cycle and how I finally feel like it's regulated for the first time in almost a year. It'll be a year in like June or so when things just started kind of going haywire, or just really haywire. I've noticed a lot of fluctuations in my cycle for the last couple of years, but just really started hitting perimenopause about a year ago. So these last few months, things have, my cycle shortened up, but it's on a regular schedule. But one thing I have noticed is that when I am about 8 to 10 days away from starting my period again, my perimenopause symptoms go into high gear. And it's like I have PMS so bad for those days, and then I start my period, and then I'm good for those, my period has shortened the actual time of it. So, it's like 3 to 4 days versus 5 to 7, which was always my typical. So, but one of the things that I really notice is how emotional I am during that 8 to 10 days before my period starts. And I have like these mental breakdowns. And that happened yesterday for just really no good reason. I mean, it seemed logical at the time. I just totally laid into my husband about his incessant complaining about his job, which is him. He goes, that's just my nature. And I know this. We've been married for 18 years. I know this. But for some reason, during this time of the month, it just annoys me to my core, where I was annoyed all day yesterday, and I kind of could catch myself all day, even at work. Everything annoyed me at work. So I should have known that this was coming. I'm sorry, I have the cheapest phone holder ever. So yesterday, he came home right after I finished eating dinner, right after I logged off with you guys, and he got home from work, and then I kind of laid into him, and he's just like, okay, and then I just felt so bad about it, and so bad about how I felt all day at work, that for the first time in probably 3 or 4 months, I turned to food for comfort. Now, one thing about me is that I am not like all about the sweet stuff. I could have candy bars, donuts, cake, pies, everything in my house all day long, every day, and never turn to it. Before my husband started eating a little bit better, we had that stuff in the house all the time. Never ever bothered me. Now, you put a bag of potato chips or some crackers, just really sweet, like not sweet, really salty, savory items, I am gonna hit Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, I just had my 16 crackers, which is what a serving is. So I had about a quarter of a box left, and I saw them sitting there, which that was the thing. They should have been in the pantry. If they wouldn't have been sitting on the counter over there by my bread, I probably wouldn't have even done it. But I was just so upset with myself, and I looked at my period tracker, which is called a P tracker, and I saw it said 9 days until my cycle starts. So I knew right away, okay, this is what's going on. And then I saw my crackers, and I ate the rest of the box. There's probably about a quarter of a box left. First I counted out my 16 crackers, but then I just ate the entire box. And you know, I tracked 3 servings, but I don't really honestly know how many servings I had, but I don't think I had more than 3. And yes, I mean, we can have that stuff and we can track them, which I did, but the whole point of this, me telling you this, is that did this out of emotional eating, which is what I don't want to do, you know. That's why I did it, which is the part that upsets me, because if I would have just been eating them, a bunch of people at my work just all start coming at the same time, so I have to stop recording. If I just was eating them, you know, and made a conscious, you know, like, okay, I'm going to eat myself a serving, even though I'm out of points or I'm over calories, I'm not going to rob myself of eating them because I want them and maybe I'm craving them. I don't see if there's anything wrong with giving into your cravings, but the part that I didn't like was that I was eating it out of an emotional time. You know, I was feeling bad. That's why I ate them, was to comfort myself. And so I just wanted to talk about that, because again, I could have just left that out and not told you guys, and you would have just seen what I ate. But I don't think that's realistic. I think the realistic thing is that we are all going through a journey, and we may have those slip-ups, and it's okay. But I think the important part is to accept what you did and embrace it and talk about it. Tell somebody. Like, if you did this and you don't feel comfortable about telling somebody, reach out to me over on Instagram. You know, I will, or email me. I will talk to you guys about it. Like, I think you need somebody to talk to about it, and that's what I use this platform for. And, you know, but I know it's opening yourself up. So if you don't feel comfortable telling a real life person, or, you know, not that I'm a real life person, but you know what I mean? Like somebody in your, you know, in your immediate circle of people, if there's nobody that you can talk to about it because you feel embarrassed about it, reach out to somebody else, you know, and maybe it's just easier to talk to like a person like me who you don't, you know, physically know in person, but you know that I understand what you're going through. I think that's the important part, because by offloading this and accepting what I did, it just feels like, okay, I did what I did. I know why I did it. I have to just work through this and just move on to the next day, which is what I'm doing. I'm moving on. In the past, this may have thrown me into like a whole other like craziness. Like it would have thrown me into like a week long, you know, let's just eat whatever. And I would be hitting up a fast food place today for lunch instead of my normal lunch that I'm going to have. My breakfast may have been like McDonald's, even though I don't really like McDonald's breakfast, but you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't have been, you know, okay, let's just start this day off healthy. That wouldn't have been that way. So the fact that I am brushing it off, I did what it did, it happened, and we're just moving on. So just wanted to talk about that a little bit. But yes, just so you know, I do think that's important to kind of do that. So now I am going to head into work. I'm having some mini cucumbers and some hummus for a snack, and this is the honey jalapeno hummus. It is so good. I get this at Walmart or my Kroger store or Safeway, one or the other. It is lunchtime. Actually, I was talking to my husband, so I need to head back right now. I just threw together a salad using the last half of the avocado ranch salad kit. So I had half of the cheese, half of the crispy corn, which I'm not counting. I kind of feel like there's not even enough to even count. I don't even know what I would count. I think I may just add 2 points on just to cover it all. And then I have some of the dill pickle ranch, which, by the way, if you have not tried this yet, you all need to try this. So good. And then I have some chicken on there. I'm also gonna take a banana because these are starting to go bad already, or not go bad, but I kind of like them when they're more greener, but these are still really firm, so I feel okay about this one. So anyway, have my salad, I'm gonna head back to work. I am trying to keep a positive attitude about work. Sometimes it's hard, but you know what? It's not really anything being negative about. It's just like I put the stuff on myself, you know. I am such a type A personality that for me, if I feel like I'm falling behind, or if I feel like I have to, so I have my checklist and I'm working on my checklist and an email comes in and says, we need this done, and I have to, you know, go away from that checklist and what I was working on, it just messes with my brain. So that's where all that comes in. But anyway, I'm gonna head off to work. I'm gonna have a really yummy recipe to share with you tonight for like a teriyaki type bowl. So stay tuned for that next. Here is my really boring salad, but y'all, this has been the best doing this simple eating. Okay, I'm getting dinner ready. I told you I was gonna make kind of like a teriyaki type bowl, and I've made versions of this before. Also, my tongue, yesterday morning, I bit the side of my tongue really hard. And I don't know if you noticed yesterday, anytime I was talking, I may have got a little bit tongue tied, which I do sometimes anyway. But my tongue is so swollen, it keeps like getting in between my teeth when I talk, and it just hurts so bad. I hate that. Anyway, so apologies if I sound like that. So the only thing I don't have to show you is my chicken because it is currently marinating. I had a little bit of the stir fry sauce in my refrigerator, so I went ahead and just tossed the rest of that in there with my chicken to marinate it. I'm gonna make 2 of these bowls. I'm gonna save one for tomorrow for lunch. So luckily I had another one in there. Now you can get the stir fry or teriyaki. The taste to me is not that much different, but what I like about the stir fry sauce is it's a lot thicker. But sometimes my store won't have the stir fry and I'll get the teriyaki, but the teriyaki is just a lot thinner. So to me, that's the only main difference, but they do taste a little bit different, but not a whole lot to me. So anyway, we have this. What I'm gonna do is take this whole bag of broccoli and this whole zucchini. I'm gonna chop the zucchini up, and I'm going to grill these in the skillet, or fry them up in the skillet with a little bit of the stir fry sauce, and also throw the chicken in there. Like I said, I did enough for 2, so this will be really veggie heavy. So I'll go ahead and, you know, saute those up in a pan and get them nice and cooked through. Now I'm gonna do the broccoli's frozen, so I'm gonna do the broccoli first. And I like my zucchini to be a little bit crisp and tender, so I actually will probably do the broccoli first just to get it kind of nice and crispy, and then I'll add the chicken in. Once the chicken is pretty much cooked through, I'll throw the zucchini in there. And that's just a personal preference, again, because I like the zucchini to be kind of, I don't like mushy zucchini. So I like it to still be, you know, have its shape. So that'll go in last, but again, you can do it however you want. That's just a personal preference. Now, I've never had this rice before, or this flavor, I should say, of rice. I use this kind of rice all the time, but I typically get the basmati or just a plain jasmine, and I did not look. I just thought, oh, coconut jasmine, that would go perfect with my teriyaki bowls. Did not even think to look at the points and calories and all that. So per serving on this is 300, or per cup is 300 calories and 11 points. So I think it's just because of the coconut cream that's in it and the sugar. So also though, when I make these, I kind of forgot I don't use an entire cup. I use more closer to a half a cup. So I have a half a cup tracked in my tracker, which is only 6 points, and the rest of the stuff is 0 points. Oh, I forgot one more ingredient. So after all that is done, I'll cook up the chicken, these and these. Probably the same time I throw the zucchini in, I'm going to throw in some pineapple tidbits. So I will drain and rinse these. It's in pineapple juice. I don't count points for these because there's no added sugar. It's just the pineapple juice, but I will drain and rinse it anyway because of course I don't want my food to be real liquidy. And then I'm going to toss in the pineapple tidbits in there and stir them around. And then, so once all that mixture is done, we'll put it over a half a cup of the coconut rice. Again, as you can see, it's going to be very veggie heavy, so I won't need a lot of this anyway. It's just more for texture, you know, just to kind of volume up the food. And then this is honestly just more for looks and just to add a little bit more flavor, and that is adding some microgreens. So we have a local little restaurant here that has a teriyaki bowl that is so good that I kind of base this off of. And one thing that they add in there is microgreens on top. So that's the reason why I do that. But okay, let me go ahead and throw this all together and show you what it looks like. All right, this is gonna be really loud. The chicken is done cooking and the broccoli is done cooking. So now I'm gonna add in the zucchini so I can just get a little color on that. And then I'll add in the pineapple after that. Actually, I'm gonna add in the pineapple now because I do like my pineapple a little bit grilled. I wish I would have put it in there when I put the chicken in there, but let me go ahead and add that. I added another tablespoon of sauce, so I used about 4 tablespoons total of this sauce. And I'm just gonna let it heat up now, just the zucchini and the pineapple. I just put the lid on it so it gets a little bit grilled. So we'll go ahead and let that go, and then meanwhile I'm gonna go ahead and cook my rice in the microwave. All right, so I put a half a cup of rice down there, all the veggies and chicken, and then my little microgreens on top. And doesn't that look pretty? So excited to eat this. This is so good, y'all, and so easy. You saw how easy it was, full of veggies, full of protein, yum. And I have one for tomorrow for lunch. So if I do film tomorrow, you'll see this again. So I did not end up liking that rice. I was able to eat it with my dinner, but it was just way too sweet. So I kind of like wish I hadn't have added it to I wish I would have tried it before adding it to my lunch plate here, but it'll be okay. I tossed the rest of it because it was just too sweet. I knew I would not eat it, but I do have enough meat and veggies to do a whole nother serving. So I'm going to save that for later in the week. But now I'm gonna go do my arm workout. I was really hungry when I came home today. So I ate dinner first. Typically I'll do my workout first, but I was just hungry. So I went ahead and ate. My husband's still at work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my workout, take a shower, and then I think I'm gonna end my night with a smoothie. I forgot to make one during lunchtime and I'm kind of craving it, and I wanna finish my book. Also, I have a book that I'm almost done. Today's the 30th, so I need it to count towards my April books. And I think I would have had like 6 books read this month if I'm remembering right. But it's a really good book, and I got to like almost exactly halfway last night and I did not want to go to bed, but I knew I had to. So I want to try to finish it tonight. So I'm going to do that. I have to get out of the shower after I make a smoothie. I'll show you, let me show you what my smoothie will be. For those of you that may be new, I'm going to do the green fruit and veggie smoothie. This is from Walmart. I don't count blended fruit. And then I'm going to do a pure strawberry protein. This is 1.30 grams of protein, so I can help me get my extra protein in. So I will have that after I get out of my shower, and that'll be my night. I'll sip on that while I am reading my book. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I'm gonna try to film tomorrow, but I already know I have to go in early tomorrow. My husband told me he has to be in at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow. Normally he goes in at 10. So I thought, you know what? I have our big project starting tomorrow. I hope. I have to wait for a few things, but today, the last couple of days, I am so behind because just so many things came up. So I'm thinking that since he'll be going to work at 6:30, I may just go in at 7. And then that way I can kind of get a head start on the day. So anyway, I just think that I may not be able to film, but we'll see. We'll see. If anything, I'm trying to try for sure to do a chatty vlog this week because I haven't done one in a little bit, right? Did I do one? I've started filming them the last 2 weeks, but just have not finished them because of one reason or another. So I'm going to try to start one this week because I don't think I put one up no, because it would be going up already. So nope, I did not film one. So I will try to film one this week. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I may or may not see you tomorrow, but for sure I'll see you later in the week for something. So bye guys.